Racing Premier Series draft. I am on with Jaconda Man and Tilly W14 here, our commissioner for the Premier Series. Did you want to give us any introductory remarks there, Tilly?
Speaking on behalf of all participants this season, I know that the anticipation is quite high and looking forward to kicking off. Is it season 4, Joe?
Yes, this is season 4.
Season 4 of the Haulin Racing League, which will be starting with a preseason race next Monday, the Clash. But first and foremost, we got to get down to business and get this draft under our belts.
All right, just as...
Oh, there we go.
So we will announce the Clash location. We'll announce all those details at the end of the draft, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But before we actually get started with the draft, we just wanted to review some draft day news. So earlier in the season, we had actually a trade where Jaconda Man traded Worm the first overall pick, which is the team pick. The first round will be teams. So the first round, the owners will go through and pick the teams that they're going to be selecting. At the start of the second round is where we'll actually start picking drivers. And it is in reverse order. It's actually in order based on the point standings from last year in a snake order. So the first round, the top points getter starts off and it goes down, and then it starts off the next round with the least amount of points. Jaconda Man traded the first overall pick and the 13th overall pick for the 12th overall pick and the 7th overall pick. So he'll actually get the first driver and the last team. So he chose to give up his spot to choose his preferred team to pick up the best driver in his opinion. So that is one thing. And we have also had some chatter that some other trades are trying to be made, so we'll kind of keep you updated as we go along with the draft. But without further ado, the first pick is from Worm, and I believe he has sent his pick into Tilly. If you would like to go ahead and announce that there, Commissioner.
The first pick of the first round for the team by Worm will be Hendrick Motorsports.
All right, I'm not really sure if that's a surprise there. So we're going to pull Worm in and just see what he... Are you really surprised? What were you expecting out of that first pick?
I'm shocked. I can't believe it's the most popular team at number 1, man. It's head scratching.
All right, so we're gonna pull Worm in, just kind of see what he has to think while we're waiting on the next pick to come in. And the next pick on the board is actually from Tilly. It's going to be a long pick because Tilly doesn't know how to make decisions quickly. So Worm has officially joined us. Welcome, Worm.
Hey.
Why did you pick Hendrick Motorsports?
No. Let's take a step back. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just understand how this trade went down, because clearly Jaconda Man caught Worm at a moment of weakness, not understanding the repercussions to this trade, and to the fact that he gave up the first pick of the second round, which is in fact the first driver. Worm, what were you thinking at that moment?
I wasn't.
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, at first I kind of misunderstood the trade, as y'all kind of figured out. But, yeah, I chose Hendrick because they're my favorite team in real life, and Chase Elliott's my favorite driver, and Kyle Larson's my second favorite, and, yeah.
So does that mean, as a owner, will you be flexing the muscle and making the decision that you will be driving the 9, or will you be graciously giving that to someone else that you would select for the team to keep them happy?
I will be driving the 5, if I'm allowed to announce that yet, but I will be driving the 5. I will not be driving the 9.
Is that only just because of the recent events of Larson's win, or?
Well, I also really like his paint scheme too. So.
So you're just a wagon jumper, is what you're saying?
That is correct.
Oh, okay, understood.
Yeah. I'm just playing, but I've always liked Larson. He's always been my second favorite, right behind Chase. So yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how that terrible decision on Worm's part plays out next round.
All right, and you can see kind of on the stream there, we're kind of going through some of the paint schemes that Hendrick has to offer. We also did get a notification from the chat that Jacan cannot be heard, so we're going to have to talk about what Jacan says. No, I just think your audio is not being shared to it. I don't think your audio is being shared, so they just can't hear you on the stream. So. So these are
right.
these.
Now it's on. All right.
Now we should be able to hear. Now they should be able to hear.
All right. I just
So
want to clarify this. You guys are bashing me here. I just want to clarify
no.
this will really help Worm in free agency because he will have a very popular car available for someone else to sign to.
No offense, Jackie, or sorry, Jacan, but I believe you're actually missing the point here. We were actually bashing Worm. He had all right to refuse the trade, but just completely blew it up.
Yeah, I
I'm pretty
complete
sure
lapse
Tilly's on
of
the clock.
judgment
Is this
here.
time up yet?
all right, yes,
I've been running
and
through,
but
yeah.
before we do that, we actually have a trade that is going on, that is going down, and that is going to be Tilly and Nike are actually going to trade their second round and third round picks. So Tilly is going to give Nike the fifth pick of the third round, or the second round, in exchange for the third pick of the second round. In addition, they will actually take and swap their picks in the third round as well. So Nike will get two
Correct.
picks closer together, and Tilly will get the two outside the bookend picks. Why'd you make that trade, Tilly?
I've had my eye on a couple of racers for some time now, and I believe that by making this trade, I'll be able to benefit and capitalize on the first, the primary driver I'm looking at.
All right. So without further ado, Kluka says, "Hi, Daddy." So without further ado, Tilly, what team are you taking?
Well, I don't think this should come as a surprise, being a Ford man myself, but I'm happy to select the boss man, Roger Penske's race team.
All right. So that is going to be the two.
The
Let's
12.
see. The 12, the 22.
22.
And as an affiliate, because we do supply the engines to the team, hoping for a better driver next season, but that will be the 21 of the Wood brothers.
Screw you.
I love
Tilly
how
to buy Haulin confirmed?
Pardon me?
Never mind. It was a joke because, like, you know how Roger Penske bought an Indy and the Speedway and the series. Yeah, yeah. It was a bad joke. Continue.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Well,
gotta
Rick
go back
Hendricks
to
is a poor
Benedetto.
man. Rick Hendricks is a poor man, Roger Penske. So we'll see
Actually,
about
he's a felon. Get it right.
All right, so we already have Tilly in the booth here. So let's see. The next pick is on Barry. Barry, he's on the clock. You can kind of see, I've gone through the selection, some of the cars that they'll have available to them. The most prettiest one is currently on the screen. That's Matt DiBenedetto's throwback car.
I think that's kind of biased, but I agree to an extent.
So without further ado, has Barry sent in his pick, Tilly?
It has been received.
All right, so we got to hit
surprising.
that. We got to hit that
Next
little
in line.
do 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 do.
Yep.
I'll get it up on my phone.
Next in line in the Power Sweepstakes, Barry is selecting Joe Gibbs Racing.
Joe Gibbs Racing. So we got our first and only Toyota team being taken off the board because there's only like 6 or 7 Toyotas in the game, so we can only field one 4-car team, and that's going to be the powerhouse of Joe Gibbs Racing. Got the multiple candy-based schemes of the 18 car. You've got the hamster,
the hillbilly schemes of the 19 car.
the virtually identical schemes of the 11 car.
Oh man, don't you just love the difference between FedEx Ground and FedEx Freight?
Yep.
Great paint schemes.
Eric Jones let's see, in the last one, let's see, Kyle Busch, Denny
Probably has
Hamlin,
the best paint schemes. Eric Jones.
Martin Truex Jr. There we go. The 19 car. I forgot Martin Truex Jr. Assassin.
Well, that's it. Martin Truex Jr.'s got the Outback Hillbilly scheme.
Bass Pro Shops. All right, so, we kind of see this. Let's see, is Barry able to jump in? I think Barry is able to jump in. So let's pull in Barry and just see what his thought processes are. Let's see if I can add Barry to this chat real quick.
Refresh my memory. Who's on the clock now?
Nike is actually
Nike.
on the clock. Nike is on the clock. And I'm sure he's bummed because he is a huge Denny Hamlin fan, and you just barely got Gibbs from in front of Nike, Barry. So are you excited about getting the team that you wanted?
I am very excited about getting this thing.
So this is Barry's son, 69. He is now the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing. You've got 4 cars. What car do you look at that you're planning on racing?
The best one out of the bunch, the 18. What are you talking about?
You like those? You like the Candyman?
So
You're not
Barry,
running Denny Hamlin.
what you're saying is you're being selfish yourself, just like Worm, and you're gonna select the car that you want to drive
I'm not being selfish.
in advance of.
So the best driver gets the 18. I'm not being selfish.
These are just stand-up owners we have here. It's all about them.
You're goddamn right.
All right. So
Nike.
next on the
Next
clock
on the
is
clock.
Nike. Has Nike sent in his selections for his team?
He's changed his selection about 3 times here.
Of course, Nike.
Typical Nike can't make up his mind what he wants to do. So let's just go back here. Nike.
How about you just
Yeah.
pick for him then?
All right.
So is the pick in?
It has been received. Or how you do it? All right,
And with the 4th pick,
And with the 4th pick of the 2021 Haulin Season 4 series,
draft.
Nike. What's his full name? Nike.
Nike
Ni-
boy.
Nike
Nike
Will
boy, Nike boy, Will 12.
Yeah.
selects the hybrid team of JTG Racing and Ganassi Racing.
Oh, that's definitely a surprise with a powerhouse left on the board.
Yeah.
Got a
really
powerhouse.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
we've got, let's see, JTG Doherty, which is, I don't even know who I'm looking for.
47.
Chip Ganassi is
47.
Kurt Busch in the 1 car. He's got 3 schemes.
Yeah, and 40 to 42 car of.
Matt Kenseth in this game.
Oh, is it still Matt Kenseth?
It's still
Wow,
Matt.
Terrible.
God, I forgot Kenseth ran last year.
Matt
No,
Kenseth.
JT, and what's JTG? The
JTD is
47?
Ryan Preece and
37,
Ryan
That's
Preece.
what it is.
Ryan
Ryan
Preece.
Priest and Recky
Which-
Spinhouse.
Not gonna lie, Ryan Preece has some pretty awesome paint schemes.
But it's
They
still Ryan
either are
Preece.
great or they suck, and no in between.
Now, is Nike around? Is he home? Is he online here, or is he?
I have not
no?
received
He's
anything from Nike.
probably- He's probably cussing out children on Call of Duty,
he's in
Modern Warfare lobbies. That is my guess.
He's hiding in the bushes. All right, moving on.
All right, so the next one on the clock is actually myself and Cat Cab. We co-own a team because we're not sure if either one of us can make all the races. So we just kind of co-owned a team just to make sure that somebody is there. I'm the one here. Cat Cab is not. So, I mean, I've sent in my pick. It was pretty obvious once Nike made his. So, Tilly, without further ado.
Joe and Cat Cab with the 5th pick. No surprise with this team still left on the board. The last remaining powerhouse. The Stuart Haas racing team.
All right, Stuart Haas Racing. You've got Eric Almirola in the 10. You've got Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer's got some good schemes. You got Kevin Harvick with the 4. And this game
all
doesn't
the
have
great
as
schemes.
many. Doesn't have as many. Like he had like 30 or 40 in NASCAR Heat 4.
Yeah, but he still has like 20 or something like that, which is a lot. Which is why I ran him at velocity. He had like 1 billion.
And then, let's see, after that, I don't even remember who all the people are in this. This is why I don't like the way they have it organized in Heat 5. They have it by name rather than number. Because I know numbers.
That's why I like
Cole
how
Custer, that's the one I'm missing.
Cole Custer.
Cold Custard, the 41 car.
Where did he
Cold
win last year? He won at Kentucky?
He didn't win last year. He won
2 years ago.
2 years ago at
that's what I meant.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
That
Kentucky.
four wide finish, or the
Amazing
four
last
wide.
year.
It was 2020.
Yeah, but that we don't.
As in,
We,
we're a year behind.
What? Oh, okay.
all right, and so now we're at
Canada,
the
right.
we're at the final one here of the teams, and that's going to actually be Jacan. And let's see.
This was the pick that he received in the trade from Worm, which
Yes.
again, the public doesn't understand what Worm was thinking.
Shush.
And
So
I'm just waiting because Jackie's just putting it all together here.
Shut up, Larry. You're the one who's going to be Joe Gibbs. He ain't gonna win the damn war.
So this is
Tilly.
This is an interesting pick. The pick is in, Joe.
Yeah, I just sent in, or Jacan just sent it in. He sent it into the server admin chat for some reason instead
But
of
the
sending
pick
it
is
in a
in.
DM.
There's your cue. The pick is in.
That's Worm. That's Worm's cue.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Do 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 do
Okay.
do.
Here you go.
So, J-Con is running a hybrid of RCR, Ross Childress Racing,
Ross?
Spire.
Ross.
What did I say? Richard Childress Racing. Ross is his brother. We just don't know him. Richard Childress Racing, Spire, and Starcom Racing. So I don't even know who's on Starcom. Who's Starcom?
Starcom is Quinn Huff, but
Is
I'm pretty sure that Starcom is a no-go because he just picked 5 cars because RCR has 2 and Spire has 2, so we're just gonna throw Starcom out because he put it in
no.
there.
Doesn't
The
realize
7
that.
isn't in the game though.
Is the
so-
7 not? I thought the 7 was. Justin
No,
Haley
the
is in
7
the game.
No, Justin Haley's in the 77.
No, Justin Haley's in the 16.
No, it's actually Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain's in the 77. So never mind.
Yeah.
That is. I don't understand this game anymore.
No, it's okay. That's Ignition. That's
He made it
2021.
work. Yeah.
The 7 only exists in 2021. Didn't exist in 2020. yet.
Okay, so then yeah, we do have to throw in Starcom. Starcom is the 00 of Quinn Huff. Sorry to whoever gets stuck in that. So the 7 is Josh Billicky.
Oof.
What?
Just-
Ew, that 7? Oh, Tommy
These are,
Baldwin on?
these are guys you could walk into their house and wouldn't even know where you are or who they are.
All right, so we have the 77 of Ross Chastain. It has 1 paint scheme. I believe it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, the default online scheme when you first start the game. You've got Austin Dillon in the 3. You've got Quinn Hoff in the 00, which actually has Quinn Hoff has more schemes than Austin Dillon.
That's sad. That's why it's Quinn Hoff. Quinn
And then-
Hall of Fame.
2020. He's your 2021 champion, alright? Wikipedia said so.
Is Jacon available?
I think he's busy riding his Zamboni and getting mad that wigs were photoshopped onto his fingers.
All right. Well, that concludes the first round of the draft. The team selections. The next round 2, is where the excitement really begins. This is where
This is where
the money's going to be made.
This is where everybody has been. This is what everybody has been waiting for. Now is the moment that if you are in this series and you want to race every week. Now, before we go into this, we do want to explain. As we progress throughout the season, there will be some rides that are chartered, some rides that are not chartered. Each team gets 2 chartered rides. They are guaranteed rides in the race every single week. So whether you qualify 25th, what?
What the fuck?
What if I won 3?
Every team is given 2. So
Shut up, Theory.
So with that being said, two cars are guaranteed to race from each team. Because we will, as we move on in the season, as we start to understand who is who and who are we doing, we're going to allow some hot seats and some free agents to race individually and have a chance to qualify their way in. This won't really make a big difference at the beginning of the season, the first 6 weeks or so, as we get everything started. But after that 6 weeks, these chartered teams, no matter where you qualify, they will be locked into the race. In the other two spots will not be locked in. So if you qualify outside the top 20 for a race, you will not be able to race if you're not in a chartered car. It's the top 20 non-chartered, or the top 20, it's the top 10 non-chartered cars that qualify in. The chartered cars get in.
I should mention the Tilly Penske Ford Racing Team does accept cash for their charters on a week-to-week basis. If anybody would like to buy their way in, I'll gladly give up my seat for a small cost between $5 to $10.
$5 to $10.
Okay.
I only have $200 bills. Wait, 100. And I have to split it up. Okay, so I can. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to drive for like 5 seasons, dude. Great.
All right, so the first
Where's
one on the
Jackie?
clock is Jacon, and this is the pick that he got
Jackie.
from Worm in response, that gave Worm the ability to get Hendrick.
I swear to God, if you mention that trade one more time. It was a bad trade. He got me with that one. He finessed me.
And he did this before he explained the rules of the draft too.
Exactly. That's why it
Yeah, it's a
confused
little
me.
bit of an inside deal.
He got
Yeah.
fleeced.
I'm sure he knows who he wants to pick, but I'm just waiting for him to tell me here.
Get off the ice, Jacon.
Oh, there you go.
Zamboni.
All right. Okay, the pick is in.
All right, the pick is in.
Alright.
So, Jacon Demand will be selecting, and part of my pronunciation, Papa Musa from Indiana, Virginia. I don't know where he's from, but
Oh, he's like Martin Truex Jr. He has all the tracks are his hometown.
once again, Worm, this could have been your pick, but you screwed that up royally. Jacon Demand selects Papa Musa
up,
as
fellas?
the first pick of the Haulin Racing Team, who will be racing on Spire RCR Starcom.
Boo! I got cheated.
He's from Florida, by the way.
Florida.
So-
Florida, close.
Florida, we
Indiana,
love-
Virginia,
Florida. We love Florida. I love
Virginia
the
is
poorly
not close.
educated.
It's
All
like
right,
10 hours away.
All right, so
All right.
Papo has joined in. How do you
Good
feel
afternoon,
about being
gentlemen.
the first overall pick there, Papo?
Feels great. I'm excited to see what comes in the future for my career, and hopefully I can make my team owner proud. And I'd like to just give a shout out to Jacon for believing in me and giving me the first pick, man. I feel comfortable now.
Did you have any inside knowledge or just a feeling that you thought you were going to go first?
Mainly because of the Velocity Championship and all that, momentum and all that. I really do believe I was going to be the first one being picked.
How do you feel about racing for a dump of a team, Spire RCR Starcom?
Well, I'll just tell you this much now. Quinn Howell, for whoever I drive, is going to have a career season. I'll tell you that much right now.
All right, cough,
So-
second-grade equipment.
So now I have a question for you. Like, you just absolutely dominated Velocity. You had 10 wins. I think you only started 15 races. You had 10 wins. You won the championship at Auto Club by
While winning the race.
by a mile. So,
Yeah.
and you keep up with some of the best who are going to be in the Premier Series. So, what do you expect for this upcoming season?
I expect a lot of success. Like again, I'm very happy to have momentum behind my back. Knowing that I'm champion and all that is going to bring me some more hopes, and hopefully I can do a little bit better than Velocity and put more effort behind the wheel and practice more and just get better overall.
I'm sorry,
last
I've been
question
corrected.
before
You
we
had
move
you
on.
had 7 wins, not 10. Sorry.
Last question before I move
in
on.
the chat. It's okay.
Papo, at what point this season do you expect to take the reins from J-Con and let him know that it is now your team? Will that be the 4th lap of the first race or the 6th race of the year?
I can't honestly answer that. It's going to be very unpredictable, but just. No. Honestly, Jacon's a good team owner. He's a good guy. He knows what he's going to be picking. He knows the smart driver's going to be getting. So I'm going to be very comfortable. I'm not exactly sure taking the reins now. I'm not just going to go with that, too far out. But I think it's a very well possibility down the road. If he got his own things going on, then I might be able to take it.
Okay, one more question, a follow-up. How do you feel racing for a driver that has blonde, long hair?
I feel
No comment.
I feel very great. I just like to say this. I respect people with long blonde hair. Okay.
It's lying.
And hopefully that long blonde hair might bring some long blonde power to our team.
Okay, well, moving on. Thank you for your time, Papo.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
You should have been
Once that selection was made, Joe was very quick to submit his pick, which comes as no surprise.
All right, Papo, thank you for joining us.
Please leave.
No problem.
Please leave.
I'm gonna be continuing watching the draft. Listen, I just want to give a shout out. Kluka, thank you for letting me go back up to Haulin now. Thank you. Thank you for your time, boys, and you guys have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right, Joe, this shouldn't come as a surprise, but the pick is in, the second pick of the second round.
Hold on.
Do 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 do.
And the amazing brain power between Joe Turkey and Cap Cab are proud to announce for the Stuart Haas Racing Team their first selection. The second pick of the second round is Masopis.
So Masopes.
It's Masopes.
I noticed. It's like who was it? Was it Clinton who couldn't pronounce Steve Eiserman's name at the White House? Steve E. Weiserman.
Fuck is
Masopis.
Masopes, right?
Is he here or is he MIA?
I
Probably
have not heard from him, but
All right.
Masopes, I've raced with him in several of the race leagues. He's fast everywhere. And I would say I'm going out on a limb, but I'm pretty sure he is going to be one of the fastest cars in this league because I've seen him no matter where we are, no matter what league, he's always fast, he's always out front, and he's always competing for wins. Cat Cab and I have both raced with him, we've both seen him, so we're happy with the pick and we agree with it. And Stuart Haas is ready to win a championship.
In 5 years.
Burn!
All right, moving on. Let's keep this ball rolling because it's now past 10 o'clock.
It is past Barry's bedtime.
So this is the pick that I have obtained through my trade with Nike. Moving up. Because I was concerned that I wasn't going to get this driver. I've changed it up. My thought process has changed.
I swear to God, if you pick one, I think you're gonna pick.
And I am going to pick. I'm going to pick.
Wait, let's see. I think we've got some chat messages. Let's see. Anybody, any predictions for who Tilly's going to pick out there in the chat?
Oh.
Because you never know with Tilly what's going to come out of his mouth.
I'm going to pick. He's been around for a while. He's active online.
Kluka says me.
Oh no.
He is he is a consistent racer, always near the top.
Never mind.
As Power Adapter is texting me to say pick him, which
Frosty says me.
Nope. It will be the stable, currently known as race car driver Clucker, or Kluka as he's known.
What?
Also known as Tilly's son, CTV Kluka rules. I don't know
love
all the other names.
Wait, Tilly. Wait.
What?
Wait a minute. Let's talk about how you said he's a consistent racer. He's never raced in the Cup Series in Haulin.
He's
Like, don't get me wrong.
A consistent top 20 driver shows up every night.
He's never showed up to a Haulin Cup Series race.
No, it is Kluka is my pick.
It sounds like you're kind of pulling stuff out of your ass here, Tilly.
Nope, Kluka. Kluka.
Oh, brother!
Like, don't get me wrong. Kluka is a great driver, and he is fast. He has speed. He can compete. But I'm more concerned about the fact that you said he's consistently here. But he said for the past 3 seasons he was going to race in Haulin, and he hasn't.
I don't need to justify myself.
Kluka has some inspiring words, so let me get him in here in the party. I forgot that I was supposed to add people.
Worm consistently races. Is he here?
I'm
Where's
adding
my
him
son?
now.
Yeah, he's adding. Yeah,
He's coming out.
there he is.
There he is.
J-Con to bitch, man. When did it become that?
There he is.
All right, Kluka. What are your thoughts right now as you've just been picked third overall?
Solid.
Thank you, Dad.
Solid.
Tilly.
Solid.
I don't know. I got it.
The one thing we'll always have, Kluka, is that you went before speed.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
can ever deny that.
Man, that means I have more talent than speed. I have more
That's
talent
right.
than speed.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's
I
what it
could
is.
have-
Alright.
I could have 2 of you before 1 of
I don't
speed.
know what.
Oh, yeah.
Are you suggesting you are having another kid, Tilly?
No, I'm not having another kid.
Man, I want some family incest.
Okay, get him out of the party now. It's time.
Alright. Are you okay with racing? Hold on, Kluka. Are you okay with running Fords? I should have asked you, I guess.
Are you Penske?
Yeah, that's a Ford.
Silence.
What number are you taking?
Look, you can always
I don't
join
know yet.
Hendrick
We'll talk about that.
Motorsports. It's a great
Alright, yeah, we
He's
can
gonna
talk about
take.
that
He's gonna take the number 1.
organization here.
Yeah, I'm gonna race the Kurt Busch throwback number 2 from 2008.
What?
All right, Kluka. Thank you for joining us here. How does it feel being picked before Speed Racer?
Really good. I didn't think I would get drafted this early, but hey, proves that Tilly might give me a charter. Who knows?
So now my
Kluka.
real question is: do you think you would have been here at pick number 5 where Tilly originally had?
Hell no.
Beers are on me tonight, bud.
Yeah.
Nike likes winners.
All right, so Barry is on the clock.
Barry's on that clock. Barry's on that clock.
And Barry has sent in his pick. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I've received it, and it is somewhat surprising knowing who's still out there. Barry has selected 4th overall of the 2nd round, racing for the Joe Gibbs Toyota Racing Team, Travesty.
Oh,
Travesty's son.
Whoa!
Now he is the defending champion of Haulin League Racing. So
Fair enough.
sorry.
and you can see the trophy in announcements. He is the season 3 champion, going into season 4 with momentum. I think he won the last 2. He didn't win the last race, but he won the penultimate race last season. Then he won the championship by finishing, I think, 2nd in the race.
Well, let me clarify. He only did not win the final race because Merck was like on his knees crying, "Please let me win! Please let me win! Please let me win!" and Trav was like, I don't care, I'm going to win the championship, so you can win the race.
So he gave Mark a pity win.
I got my boy. Y'all can suck it.
And so, I think, is it Nike on the clock now? I'm going to see if Travesty wants to jump into the chat here.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see if he gets in.
Because Nike's already submit his pick, which is going to be controversial, but we'll wait for Travesty to come in.
Is it Kyle Larson? Because I know he likes people who say the special word.
No, he's actually he's trying to get Boss Attack Gaming.
Oh, Travesties has joined the chat. So all right, defending champion Travesties, how's it feel to be picked 4th overall after winning the championship? Do you feel slighted slightly?
No, not at all. I've been trying to pay attention here. Have I been picked yet?
Yes.
You just, Travesty, you just went after Kluka, fourth overall.
Yeah, you're 4th overall, but you went behind Kluka.
I mean, I'm consistent and I show up, so, I mean...
See, that's why I picked Kluka. You all bash me.
I got you, Trav. Don't worry.
Wait, who is this?
Toyota, though. I'm sorry.
Is this Nike?
That's unfortunate.
Oh, okay. Everybody's voice sounds different for some reason.
That's because they're all hitting puberty right now.
Either that or Barry's not as high as he normally is.
No, actually, I'm drinking tonight.
Okay.
Trav, are you okay with driving a Toyota?
I'll be honest with you. I have never driven a Toyota as long as I've had this game.
So you're as the first and primary driver behind the owner. You probably didn't hear, but Barry is being extremely selfish and is already taking the 18 off the board. He's not giving that to anybody else. He's taking it. So that leaves the 20, the 19, and the 11.
Well, I will never pick Hamlin in a million years. So I'm going to say the driver that...
Did you just say that as the owner of the 11 car?
The driver that probably matches my personality on that team would be the Truex, so I'll take the 19.
Yes, sir. Good pick.
I thought you... Trav, I thought you were going to say the Jackman. That's probably your closest personality.
Sure.
Nothing? Nothing? Is my microphone on?
I don't get the joke.
Try. We're trying here. Get this man a drink.
Hey, Kluka.
He's not here.
Oh.
Send me another invite whenever I am up again.
Well, anyway, it feels good to finally won a championship last year, a 3rd time trying, and me and Speed are the only 2 drivers who win a race every season and get the Final 4 every season. So hopefully we can continue that trend in season 4.
Speaking of Speed Racer, Nike Boy Will just posted in the public chat that it's crazy that Speed hasn't been taken yet. So I'm assuming we know what the next pick is about to be, considering Nike is on the clock. But we'll make it formal. And Tilly, let's go ahead and hear the 5th overall pick.
The 5th pick of the 2nd round is in. And as the words Travesty Son left my lips, Nike was very quick to submit his enemy of all time, the 2 biggest crybabies of the league. Nike and Speed Racer are going to team up. Unbelievable.
They are like the biggest rivals. That's going to be interesting.
Unbelievable. Speed Racer and Nike will be racing JTG and Ganassi. The
Did
world
you know that?
is coming to an end. Hell has frozen over.
Did you know that Nike has been a Kyle Larson fan since 4/12/20? He's been a fan ever since April 12th, 2020.
Okay, I just got to ask one quick question, and I'm going to hop off here. Who is Wormule?
Well, that's a good question. Who am I?
Worm is a team owner in Velocity, and he's actually the Axle commissioner as well. So he is the commissioner over our qualifying series. He owns a team in Velocity, and he also owns a team in the Premier Series. So he's actually, I think, one of the only ones that's involved in leadership in all three series.
Okay. Because I noticed he subscribed to my YouTube channel and was watching that race the other night, and I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It's just sizing you up.
Yeah.
If you ever want to report an anonymous threat to his school, I can tell you how.
Okay. Okay, I gotta go.
I'll tell you what.
All right. See you
for
later.
taking me, Barry.
See you later, Worm. Barry already left, but he can hear you on the stream.
In quick review, I would like to think that both. Speaking for myself, I'm happy with the trade that I made with Nike for this round. I think Nike still got the man he wanted, and I certainly got the kid I wanted.
You just called Speed a man.
Now,
Hey, we gotta get Speed in here.
Is Speed able to join in? Let's see.
he said he's been going to bed at like 7 p.m. the last 2 nights.
I know
so
he's up.
Is he on?
Let's see if he can jump in. I don't know if he's online or not. I added him to the party. We'll see if he jumps in. Because I really want to get his opinion on, being picked 5th overall. And
Wait, who's on the clock?
You are, Jackie.
Oh, hey, Tilly.
You better look through that
My
list.
pick is in.
Hold on, I'm not on the right chat.
I just sent it to you. Just click on the pull-down notification.
Ah, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, Joe, the pick is in.
Speed is not online, so
He probably
Alright.
got so pissed.
He's tying a noose in his basement right now, throwing it over the rafters. Joe, the pick is in. J-Con has given me a name.
that was Worm. Do 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 do.
Oh, that was Worm doing it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. I'm sure he'll be happy to know, because he was very concerned about who his owner would be and where he would go in the selection process. But Frosty will be racing for J-Con and Spire RCR Starcom, a teammate to Papo Musa.
He
So-
told me he didn't want me to pick him, so I picked him.
That's a pretty strong team. All right, great reaction. Moving on.
So let's see. Is
Frosty
Frosty
here?
Frosty is
he said
watching
he
the
was going to
stream. Frosty's watching the stream, but I'm not sure if he is if he's able to jump into the chat. I'll add him in and just see if he can jump
He's
in.
quite.
I
He might.
just added him.
Oh, you added him.
He's,
All right.
Is he throwing his headset
Playing
across the
Modern
room?
Warfare, though, so he might not be on.
Oh, wait, hold on. Speed is here. Speed is now alive. He's decided that life is more important than accepting being selected behind Travesty and Kluka.
Speed said he is not online, but he's aware of who picked him and what car he's taking. So he
Gotta be so pissed.
it's like I feel like he can probably work his way. Okay, Papo, I can understand that. Masopes, I can understand that. Kluka, what? That's the one that's and it's like travesties. It's like, really? I mean, yeah, he won the championship, but like I feel like that's exactly what's going through his head. Now he's 5th overall, and he just got picked right in front of Frosty. Like he got picked in front of somebody who can't even keep 4 tires inflated on his car.
Wow. And Speed's justification is he's probably going to drive the Monster Energy Drink #1 Chevy and just to say, well, I'm number 1. Okay, so that concludes the second round.
That concludes the second round. So just a review of everything that's gone on so far. We have, in the first round, Worm selected Hendrick Motorsports. Tilly selected Penske Racing. I think that's what it is. Barry selected Joe Gibbs Racing. Nike selected a combination of JTG Jardy Racing and Chip Ganassi Racing. Myself and Cat Cab, we selected Stuart Haas Racing. Jacan, with a trade from Worm, selected Spire, RCR, and Starcom. In the second round, Jacon then picked Papamusa with the first driver pick. Myself and CatCam picked Masopes. Tilly selected Kluka. Barry selected Travesty, our Season 3 champion. Nike selected Speed Racer, our Season 2 champion, and he's made the Final Four all 3 seasons along with Travesty. And then Jacon selected Frosty, who hasn't raced in this league since halfway through Season 2, I believe. So it's definitely an interesting first round. And now the third round, I think, is going to get even more interesting because we've got a lot of people who declared for the draft from Velocity who haven't actually raced in Haulin in the Premier Series. So we'll have to see where everybody goes from here. All right, so I believe it's Worm is back on the clock. And let's see, have you received his pick yet, Tilly?
Sorry, Jacon's sharpening skates just distracted me there. Yeah, I'm just looking at the picks here again, and I'm just baffled at how and why Worm ever decided to make that trade with Jackie. It's just something that's going to live in infamy for a very long time. But back on task. So the first selection of the third round by Worm via trade from Jacon is Boger.
That is Boger.
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 It's Boger. Also known as Booger. Booger will be racing for Worm on Hendrick Motorsports.
I believe I picked the right Boger. I hope so. All right.
Burger.
So let's see if we can get Boger into the chat. Just see how it is. Up there's Boger there.
Hola.
So
Hi,
you were joining Worm at Hendrick Motorsports, and you were actually his first driver pick. Jacon took both of his picks in the first round. So you were the first pick by Worm on his team. So it's just you and Worm right now. So how do you feel going into Hendrick? You're the first pick of the second round, the first pick by Worm. What are your thoughts going into the next season?
Well, I feel good. This is like the second time I've been on Hendrick. First time was back in Velocity and Kluka. That was, hopefully it goes better than what it did then. So, it was good though.
So how do you feel like driving for Worm versus some of these other people who are the owners of teams?
Well, I've known Worm longer than most of them, and I feel like me and Worm could be pretty good teammates. So I feel not too pissed.
And so knowing that there are some strong racers in this league, you've got Speed Racer, Papamusa, Masopes, Kluka, you've got Travesty's who's last year's champion. Like, how do you feel like you stack up in comparison to some of those? I know you haven't raced with all of them, but just kind of where do you feel like you fit in?
Well, I know I can sometimes keep up with Papo pretty good, and we all know he's one of the best on the entire game. So, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty confident.
Is Boger a family name?
Is my last name.
Boger?
Boger.
Actually. Oh, Booger. Oh, okay.
That's Boger. It's a German last name.
Booger. Hans Booger? I've heard of him.
You'll learn that
thought about anything, so
you'll learn that Tilly says usually 95% stupidity.
Hey,
I will
say
what everybody else
Kylie?
is scared of saying.
Okay, say that again, Boger.
How are you doing over there, Tylee?
Tylee. Jeez.
It's Tealy. It's Tealy.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Or you can call him Willie T.
Yeah, Willie T.
I'll just call him Kluka's dad.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, thank you for your time, Hans Boger.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem at all.
All right, we look forward to seeing you in the season, or at the start on Monday.
Yes, sir.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you. All right, let's see who's next on the clock.
Nike is next on the clock. Now, I wanted to find out, is Nike available to come in and make the announcement himself? Because we would just like to hear the excitement in his voice that he was able to team up with his arch nemesis at the same time.
I just invited him to the party, so we'll see if he can jump in or not.
Nike? No Nike?
So we're trying to get him in, but while we're coming in, why don't you go ahead and announce the pick if he's already sent it in to you, and then we can get in.
He sent it in, and it's a familiar face for some of us. It'll be a strong team at JTG, Doherty, and Ganassi. So a teammate that Nike and Speed will have is going to be...
Wait, let me see if I can do it.
Ace the Beast.
Nope.
You're too late.
I am. It is Ace the Beast.
Ace the Beast will be teaming up with Nike and Speed Racer. Pretty good team.
Oh yeah, I forgot. His Nike Boy account can't be in parties because he got banned from communication.
Well, sorry Speed Racer and Ace the Beast, but that is your owner. Clearly just bulletin board material.
Alright, I will add his alt account that is allowed to be in. The Packers fan Will or Packers Will fan 12? It's Packers fan Will. Alright, I'm adding it in so he can jump in and come on in. So, that is actually an interesting pick because Ace, he's pretty fast, he's pretty quick when he gets into the race, but I haven't seen him race in quite a long time, so it'll be very interesting to see. We just announced your second pick, Ace the Beast, but we actually want to go back to your first round pick. How did you feel being able to get Speed at pick number 5? Like, because being the third overall pick, I feel like you kind of felt like there wasn't going to be a marquee name at 3. You felt like there was going to be the 2 best taken, and then from there you're going to fall back. So that's probably why you traded to get 2 of the 2 closer picks a little bit higher up. I mean, that's the logic that I would go with. And then Tilly picks Kluka, which he... So at that moment you're thinking, okay, so I probably shouldn't have moved because Speed was still available. You're like, Barry obviously going to...
Nike. They can't hear Nike.
They can't hear Nike. Well, Nike wasn't really speaking, so...
That's all right. I think the pick of Speed is quite controversial. I think there'll be a lot of headbang between these two, and there'll be nothing that'll please me more than seeing both Nike and Speed being suspended at the same time for the stupidity that they both cause on the track while racing on the same team. So, all in all, it worked out well for me.
That was definitely it's like, you have to, it's almost like at pick number 5, you have to pick him because he's there and there's not really, like, anyone else, like, no offense to anybody else picked after Speed, but it's like there's not really anybody who has that pedigree of everybody knows that this guy is going to be fast. Everybody knows he's going to be up there. Like, he's made all 3 Final Fours in Haulin in all 3 seasons. So
the one thing I do know is, for how much Speed likes to talk about the past and his successes, narcissistic at sometimes, I'm sure that his selection of 5th overall will be something that he won't bring up in the future, or acknowledge that he went behind Kluka or a travesty. It'll be an embarrassment, a blemish on his resume.
Yeah, that will definitely be something. He got picked after Kluka, and I think that's going to drive him crazy. Like, you may have gotten an angry Speed who's out there willing to prove that he's better than everybody else because of this. So this might have actually worked out very well for Nike from a team perspective, but absolutely horribly as a driver's perspective, because I have a feeling Speed is going to come out and just want to dominate every single week.
We're still talking about racing, right?
What?
Okay. Okay.
And so now we have, I think, is it Barry on the clock now?
Yep. Breyer's next on the clock, and he's he has submit his pick. I'm not familiar with this racer, but it has been confirmed. The third pick of the third round by Breyer will be racing for the Joe Gibbs Toyota Racing Team. Will be Coke fan. Coke fan. He is very similar to Travesty. He's very consistent. He's always there. He's always in the top. And honestly, I have never seen anybody who can save fuel and run a fuel mileage race like Coke. He can save with the best, and he's always got a car that's set up for the long run. So if we can get this league as clean as I believe it can be, then Coke fan is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Well, I'm going to cut you off right there because talking about a clean race, clean season, my pick is next, and it's going to be somewhat controversial, but it's going to be Assassin, who is known as not being a clean racer, not consistent, rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but I'm proud to announce Assassin, or Asin, as I like to call him, as my pick. Fourth pick of the third round.
This is gonna be very interesting, considering that Kluka and Assassin don't have the best relationship. It's kind of like Speed and Nike and Haulin, but that's what they are in Velocity. They're kind of like always at each other, always bickering, fighting back and forth, and more than likely they're gonna wind up getting into, getting into something.
I remember when I was 12 and 13 years old, and you just have to learn to get over it. So.
Well, I mean,
I'd like to think that the average age of my selections really helps bring down the team's average age, because I really pump it up. So those two youngins will.
But you act less mature than both of them, so.
Absolutely.
So maturity-wise, you're all at the same level, but like as far as birth certificate, you're way above.
You've never heard me scream at a dog about shitting on the floor beside my chair.
And that was a jab at Nike. All right, and we're actually hitting over an hour on this stream at this moment, so let's go ahead and try to get through these last few picks.
Well, I just jumped over really quick in the public chat, and there seems to be a lot of activity. Speed is clearly questioning our motives here, like we have something to prove. Clearly we do. Kluka's picked in front of you, Speed. I'm sorry. Kluka is now, Tilly's son is now, sorry Kluka, Assassin is on our team, and Power Adapter is still sitting by side waiting to hear his name. Which is not going to be this selection, the fourth pick of the third round by Joe and Cat Cab. Another name I'm not familiar with will be racing for Stuart Haas, Orange the Man. Orange the Man.
I have actually only seen Orange race a couple of times in Velocity, but I remember him being pretty fast and decently clean. So I like to go with more of the clean racers who are also fast, rather than fast racers who need to work on their car control. So I'm hoping this doesn't come back and bite me from that, because, like I said, I've only watched him race a couple of times. So we will go from there. We'll kind of see how everything goes. I'm excited for the season. We've got a good core of people. We've got Orange. We've got Orange and Masopes coming into the team. We'll get to sign our free agent after the draft concludes, and so we'll go from there.
And with this being the last pick of the draft, there's still some names out there. Ohio Generals, Hendrick Chase 9, Smoke, who was a last-minute enrollee, Killer X, Mr. Hex, Slick NASCAR, Johnny. So still some names out there that I think we're all somewhat familiar with. Good racers, so they're, the free agent market will be strong. And with that said, Worm has supplied me with the name, the last pick the Tom Brady of this draft. Hendrick Motorsports will be accepting and welcoming Johnny to the team.
All right, Johnny is the last pick of the draft here, so we're excited to see how everything goes. Worm got his guys. He got Boger and Johnny, who are two people who consistently race in velocity, so he's expecting to see him consistently race up in Haulin. I've raced with them. Johnny's got a good little. He's clean. He's good. He's got quickness to him. He generally tends to favor the short run over the long run, so we'll kind of see how everything goes with that. But we've got 12 drivers who have been selected. We've got 12 people who are hitting the track. Free agency will now officially be open.
I'd like to take this moment with the platform here for those who don't know yet, but Assen is on a 6-race suspension. So hit me up if you want to drive.
Okay.
That's it. Just leave it at that.
And also, now that we've gotten to the end of the broadcast, we teased it at the beginning, the clash that will be happening on Monday. This will be Monday at, are we doing it at 8:30? 7:30?
Are we 7:30?
7:30. We'll get the timeout. We'll iron the timeout. I don't remember exactly what time we were doing it. What we will be doing is we will be doing a clash at Darlington. This will be a night.
Get your practice in.
But because it's an exhibition race, we will actually be doing custom setups for Darlington. We want to bring out your best custom setups, bring out your best things. And the way that it's going to work is we're going to do 2 heat races with half the field. We'll get everybody into a lobby. We'll qualify times 1 through 20. Everybody who's an odd number will go into one heat race. Everybody who's an even number will go into another heat race. The top 4 from each of those heat races will advance to the main event. Then we'll take the other 12, and those 2 heat races will be 7% races each. So that's about, I think, 24 laps or something like that. I don't remember the exact thing. So 7% heat races. Top 4 will advance from each of those heat races to the main event. Then we will do an LCQ where the bottom 12 will race for the final 2 spots in the final, to where there will be 10 people racing in the final. That will be a 25% race, custom setups at Darlington, and that will be Monday night to kick off the season. So go ahead and get your practice in. If you want to get with your teams, get your setups together, work as a team. The winner of each stage will get 3 playoff points for their individual driving, for their individual points. And the winner of the race will get 5 points. Now, since we're doing teams this year, we're also doing owner standings. So the winner of each stage will get their owner 5 owners points, and the winner of the race will get their owner 10 owners points as well. So there's a lot riding on this. The owners have a lot riding on this, and it's going to be a fun way to kick off the season on Monday.
Everything Joe just said, ignore it. The headline is the clashes at Darlington, custom setups. Monday night, be there or be square. So let's recap really quick tonight's selections and teams. So Worm has selected Hendrick Racing, Hendrick Motorsports, with Hans Boger and Johnny. I, myself, Tilly, Penske. All-star team of Kluka and Assassin. Breyer, Joe Gibbs Racing, Travesty and Coke fan. Nike Boy. JTG and Chip Ganassi is Speed and Ace the Beast. Joe Turkey and Cat Cab will be Stuart Haas with Soaps and Orange the Man. And J-Con Demand will be Spire, RCR, Starcom with Papa, Musa, and Frosty. It'll be a great season. Exciting times.
All right. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm excited to see where the season goes. We had a great draft. This was fun. We had a lot of viewers. Thank you for the viewers. Thank you for the comments. I've had a whole lot of fun with this. Did you just send a Turkish flag in the chat there, Worm? Anyways, Papa Musa says, my owner about to hit 1 million points this season. So considering you can only get 60 in a race, I don't think that's going to happen, but you can shoot for the moon and hopefully you'll hit the stars. All right, with that being said, thank you for tuning in to the Haulin League Racing Premier Series Draft. And Tilly, do you have any closing remarks?
Keep it in your pants.
And with that being said, we're out.